Oh man, it's gonna be a hot one today. Hello, everybody. Star Baby Homestead here. I decided to get a head start on filming and showing you guys the garden for September because the way life is going, it may be a minute before I'm able to show you guys what's been going on. I hope you guys have been having a wonderful start to fall. All right, let me switch this camera around and I will show you. All right, so grapevine is growing well. Happy about that. I wanted it to come all the way over, but it may not, or maybe it just needs another growing season. But I know they spread up to about 15 to 18 feet, and yeah, this isn't it yet. So pretty sure I've probably have some pruning and stuff to do, but never grown grapes, so that's going to be interesting. If you have any suggestions about growing them on a trellis, please let me know. I look at YouTube and I try to follow people who have suggestions and been growing grapes for a while, but I mean, I don't have like a whole grape vineyard going on here. I just want some grapes for the family. So I also want it to look pretty when you walk into the garden. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you do with your grapevines and how you're training them. So just pile of cardboard because you know, now that the weather's changing, it's a perfect time to lay down mulch and do some weed control. So over here in the same place I had them in spring, I've got my sugar snap peas growing. They're going to be trellising up, and there are turnips under there. The only reason they're covered is because of rabbits. Even though I haven't seen any sign of rabbits for a minute, I sprinkled granules down and, you know, some of that repellent, and hopefully Cassie marking has helped a bit, but you know, they always find a way in, and right now my garden is not secure, and there's some holes in the fences that need to be repaired, but I'll be glad when I don't have to cover everything all the time. So here are my red curry squash. Now I've only gotten one squash off of this, and I'm not sure I'm going to get much more. There was always plenty of flowers in here. There's actually one up under here, right there. And there's one starting here. I don't know if it's going to get to be ripe, if it's going to ripen before we get our first frost. But hopefully it'll be a light frost, but I think I'll be able to cover these to get a longer growing season. In Georgia, we can have 70-degree Christmases, so there's a possibility I could still see what this vine is doing. Now, I don't know if it's because I grew them in these bags, or if it was the seed that I used, but yeah, these are supposed to be just kind of all over the place. Now, they did get kind of attacked by borers, vine borers, and I got ahead of that. And there's been plenty of bees, but I don't know if I need to go ahead and self-pollinate or if I should have done that. But yeah, I expected this to be more prolific based off of videos that I've seen. And people have said they've taken over their garden. And it really just could be the fact that I put them in these grow bags. When I grew watermelon over here, they grew like crazy. You guys saw the videos. Just check out my videos on the watermelons. And they did really well. So maybe they just need to be in ground. But lesson learned, next season I will be putting them in the ground just to see what happens. I'm trying to clean up here. That's, you know, all the piles of, you know, to go onto the compost bin. Okay, so let's see, where shall I start? So this is the eggplant pepper with some onion bed. The peppers are still growing like crazy. Okay, those are some kind of golden. This plant did not do well. This is, what is it? Gold standard bell pepper. I bought it at Home Depot because I just didn't feel like starting peppers from seed. And so far I've only gotten a couple of small sad peppers off of it. It did not really produce. My jalapeno here produced a lot, and I think it's starting to put out a few more, but nowhere near as prolific as last year. And they're all having a slow start. I don't know if it had to do with the weather, but I've just had a really slow start to my peppers this season. There were some cayennes. None of them have really turned red. They've all been green. Again, plenty of flowers, but I didn't get any peppers until recently. The poblano, wow, once it started producing, just tons of them. So I'm gonna have a lot of poblanos. My banana pepper is now starting to produce. It just finally woke up after being eaten a couple times by rabbits. And I've got some interplanting with onions. The eggplant, still going strong. There's Black Beauty. My white eggplants, I've gotten plenty of those. And honestly speaking, you guys, between giving them away and eating them, I'm sick of eggplant. I don't want to see any more eggplant. My Ichiban over here, this, whoops, hold on. Show you this big eggplant. I'm kind of over the eggplant. I guess that's what happens when you're like super, you have some prolific veggies, and there's only like 2 of you. But like I said, I've been able to give them away, but you'd be surprised the amount of people who just don't eat eggplant. They either don't know how to cook it, or, you know, I guess it's not for everyone, or it's just too weird for them. Here is my chard. I've had a problem with chard this year. Last year it grew beautifully. I've had worms attack them, some sort of black rot. It's just been a lot of issues with veggies. So I actually went to the store and I just purchased some, I think they're called something lights. Hold on, let me come over here. Bright lights. Okay. Bright lights, chard, because yeah, it's just been horrible just trying to grow them. Over here, I have, what is this? Savoy. So at first I wasn't going to grow any Savoy, but then I was like, well, why not? Why not? Try something different. Try something new. I've been covering everything with these green cloths to block out the sun, because the sun has been the killer of most of my, the worms were bad, but the sun has been worse. So I got these green cloths, and I've even learned that if I use my other heavy duty type of cloth, which you can see over here, to just make sure that I tent the cloth so that they're not lying too close or on the plants, because they act as a blanket and they cook the seedlings. So I'm telling you, it's been a rough learning curve this season. All right, so over here, I've got lettuce of various types, speckled butterhead, I've got red sails, I've got red lettuce mix, or just a lettuce leaf mix, new Caruto carrots here, daikon radish here, Yugoslavian red over here, some more carrots, and then on the very end there, little gem. So, all right, let's head back over here. I'll circle back around. I finally got a couple of my favorite green giant tomatoes, but I got every other type of tomato but the ones I actually wanted. So, I'll get a few out of that, and before the frost hits, at least I'll have lots of green tomatoes for fried green tomatoes. But I think a lot of them will ripen before then, but they've already started looking kind of blighty, and it has affected some of the fruit, which if you get to them soon enough, it won't really affect the flavor. It may just look ugly on your tomatoes, but I prefer to go ahead and pick them before that happens. More Savoy cabbage. I accidentally picked these up instead of Brussels sprouts. So, okay. Guess you can't have too much cabbage. I think you can. But I'm going to enjoy giving that away. Because, again, we don't need that much cabbage. Let's see. So under here are my Tierra early cabbage. I got a lot of cabbage, guys, because I love it. It's easy to grow. They're pretty, and they store really well. And you need vegetables that are going to store during the winter. So, yeah. And then you know what? I've got a head that's in the refrigerator that I think it's been there probably since early summer or midsummer. That overwintered from last year. And all you have to do really is just peel back the outer layers, and the head is perfectly fine on the inside. The outer layers, of course, they turn color and they may, like rot a little bit. But if you keep them in your crisper, just check on them every now and then, and they will keep for a very long time. So the okra is still here, guys. Still producing. Okra is another thing that I am sick of. However, I've been able to give it away, which I love. Like I said, feeding people. But I swear, I'm out here every day picking okra. There's just tons of it. And I planted tons of it. So I also pruned the tops. So when you prune the tops, they start growing from the bottom up again. So you're able to extend your harvest out as long as possible. And, you can pickle it, put it in the freezer, fry it. Very healthy and versatile vegetable. And since their canes get so thick, which I had no idea they got as thick as they do, I'm probably just going to let these die, and then according to the internet and in some gardening forums, you can just wait until March or so, February, March, and then pull them out. But I'm going to see about probably just trying to hack them off at the base so the roots will stay in there and nourish the soil. This bed here is where I'm going to put my fall. I've got some onion sets that are growing. So I'm going to put spinach and garlic and some onions in here. Actually, no. Oh, well, you know what? That is right. I have shallots coming, and shallots are actually going to be planted in with the strawberries over there, which I pruned, and I think I did a video on that. It needed to be done really bad. You know what? I don't even know if I did a video. I'm so behind on stuff, guys. So over here, cauliflower. I did not start these from seed. I picked them up because I have had a hard time growing cauliflower. So we'll see how these are doing. This bed here are my German giant radishes and my jade, what are these things called? Green beans. So, whoops, am I blocking the light here? Okay, there's a green bean. They're now starting to come in, so I'll have to get to that. But these German giants, guys, look how big. Can you see that? Let's get on in here. Look how big these radishes are. They are really big. Oh yeah, let me show you these at the end. Look at how big those radishes are. You see that? Let me pull back. There we go. Sorry for the grass and everything else. I'm trying to do this one-handed, but I really want you to be able to see the size of these. So good. And the greens, of course, we can use as food, sauteed in salads, etc. I'll come back to this. Oh yeah, let me show you guys. So look at the garden expansion. I wanted a bigger place to walk and to be able to wheelbarrow stuff from over near the what is that, the compost. So slowly but surely widening this, and all along here, rutabagas. These are all hubby's rutabaga and Brussels sprouts. Those are a couple of his favorites. We love Brussels sprouts though. The Brussels sprouts are doing pretty well, as you can see. Wait, hold on, is there, can you guys see? Okay, so Brussels sprouts here, rutabaga under here. See, they're really good size. Take a look there. Isn't that nice? Nice and healthy. Never grown rutabaga before. I'm pleased. You can also eat the leaves on here. And let's see. Up under here, I've got a couple of broccoli plants because I had to go buy some broccoli. Because once again, you know the drill. It was the heat and it was the bugs. It was probably the heat more so this time. So, also, got arugula under here. So, those are in the back. There's a broccoli over here. Broccoli over here. These are Brussels sprouts. And then these little things here are arugula. Okay. So over here is my sweet potato bed, and it is smaller than it was before. I had to take a machete to it because it has grown outside the box. And the funny thing is, where it has touched around the edges of the box is rooted down, and I've got sweet potatoes growing under the mulch. So, yay, can't get enough sweet potatoes. But I know I said I was going to try them, and I still haven't. But you can saute these sweet potato leaves. You can pickle the stems. Yeah, there's a lot of food in here. So I still look forward to trying it. Maybe I'll do a video on it. If you have tried sweet potato leaves stir-fried, let me know. And how did they taste, and how did you cook them? I'm looking for suggestions. I could just get on the internet, but I'd like to hear from people who've actually, you know, who are following the channel and who are part of the homesteading community, who are trying new ways to use as much food as possible. A lot of this will go on to the compost bin, but yeah, I really want to know how these taste. And I mean, honestly, if it were me, I would just pick them, probably the younger leaves, and stir fry them with like some sesame, some garlic, and some soy sauce. And I bet that would be really delicious. Maybe throw some ginger in there. But all right, so continue on here. those are some sad chard, a couple extra that I had. I hate to throw stuff away, so I just stuck them in this bed, which is starting to turn into an all-purpose bed. But I hope to put some flowers in here. I have some kale seedlings already started, but I am going to probably, I'm probably going to put out the rest as soon as the weather stops being so fickle. We've got some 80-degree weather coming over the next week, and I haven't consulted the Farmer's Almanac to know what's going on. We also have threat of another hurricane looming. What is it? Hurricane Henry or something? I can't keep up with all the names. We just keep getting hit by hurricanes, but 'tis the season, right? So after some of this volatile weather, and once it starts to cool down, I'm going to put out the rest of these. And what these are the Luciano kale here. Never grown this before, but it's beautiful. I love how it looks. I've never really bought ornamental food before. Some of the kale that you find, I don't even know if you can eat ornamental kale, but these are not ornamental. They just happen to be ornamental. How many times am I going to say ornamental, right? But I love the way they look. And of course, you can, you just eat it. So excited about that. There's another one growing. That is a Brussels sprout. I need to go ahead and probably pick and pull this basil plant, but I'm going to leave it as long as I possibly can because you never know when you need basil. Over here is another extra cauliflower, just kind of hiding out in the shade here of my Meyer lemon. And the lemons are now just starting to turn a shade of yellow. And I'm excited about trying these because I probably eat more lemons than I do oranges. So, all right, cardboard down. This is the side that gets all of the rain that comes down off the hill. So of course I've got plenty of grass and weeds growing under there. So I may not even need to spread too much more mulch. I'm trying to kill as much of the grass roots and seeds under there as possible. Sometimes I just pick up the cardboard and the mulch is just sitting there, and I haven't had to do anything. It just kills all the weeds under there. And it's awesome too during the winter season when there's less weeds growing. So here is my strawberry bed. Guys, I'm gonna have to pull or replant, if I can, that rosemary. I can trim it down super small, I'm sure. It's great for, prevention of bugs and, different animals, don't like the scent of the lavender. So that helps. But these strawberries are just so prolific and they take up, I need as much space as possible. So I hate to get rid of it, but it's so big. But, I probably can just prune it down to just a smaller size, as opposed to yanking it up and just figuring out where to put it in this garden. And it's probably not good to do that right before winter because it'll probably die. But I did not get a chance to finish pruning this side of the bed, which is why it looks kind of, scraggly and dead. And these plants here look fresh. I pruned them and I thought they were going to say small, but they just kind of just woke up. Do you see all those mushrooms in the middle of that bed? That is from using mushroom compost. So note, if you use mushroom compost, you will grow mushrooms. So anywho, that's the strawberry bed. I'll probably throw some more mulch in to keep them protected, or I'll just, lay a cover over them, and just keep them under fleece until next season. Let's see where we want to go next. Okay, so we'll continue on the outer edges here. This is my carrot and parsnip bed, and I also have some purple cabbage in here. Okay, so here are the purple cabbages in here. They've been protected when they're, since they were small, by the parsnips. I'm gonna wait until the parsnips we get that first frost, which is scheduled for usually the first or second week in November, and that'll make the parsnips sweeter. And then I am going to harvest, I believe, this row. This was the first row here, and these are a bit small in this row here. Yeah, they're pretty small, so I'm gonna leave those to continue growing. And then I've got carrots over here that are already ready. I've got more, what are these? Purple cabbage growing. Sorry, my brain just kind of glitched out for a second. More cabbage here. More carrots here. These are the red caruta. And right here that I've covered are some lettuce. I think it's speckled. I didn't label it. So note to self, carry around your pens and labels with you so while you're sowing you can remember what you planted. So this will just be some kind of mystery lettuce, I'm sure. It could be radishes. I don't know. Things that happen when you're gardening. You just forget what you're doing half the time. All right, so let me switch the camera around, get it stable. All right, so this bed here, I'm actually kind of happy about it. These are bok choy and broccoli. Once again, keeping them tented as opposed to laying them on top of the veggies. Bok choy, sorry. Bok choy is looking really good. Yeah, they're healthy. You can eat them in this younger state here, or let them get a little bit bigger. And my green magic broccoli, the ones I planted, they were slow to start. So really I just went out and I grabbed a few more. That was just easier to deal with. Again, it's been a struggle. I follow Charles Dowding, the gentleman in which I, kind of seek all things no dig. And he was having issues in over in England. So I don't feel so bad. And it seemed globally we were having these weird weather issues as well as vermin. So, okay, in this bed, these are my Napa cabbage, which I use it mostly for making kimchi. I've never grown these before. Yeah, so I don't know really how they're going to progress, or how they're like technically supposed to look, if they're supposed to get like really big and oval shaped the way Napa is. They look kind of spindly, so I don't know. Yeah, sometimes I wonder if I get the wrong seeds sometimes. So it's gonna be interesting to see how these end up looking. Again, never grown Napa before. And then over here, let's get set up. Oh, my finger's all in the way. You guys, I know I'm struggling. I know I am struggling. Just forgive me. Over here, I have my Dutch head late cabbage and some onions along the border here. These Dutch heads, that one's looking a little bit sad. I guess they call them late because they just grow late. I don't know. But they're supposed to get really big. And so yeah, I am looking forward to that. Again, I don't know. I've got something with cabbage. I guess because they're normally easy to grow and you get so much food for what you plant. But yeah, I'm gonna have to keep these guys covered because they're looking a little worse for wear. I think just because it's getting really hot out here. So let's see what else. I've shown you all of that. Let's go to I know this isn't, oh yeah, my asparagus. So you guys, I haven't really been tending to it. I probably should tie it up. My asparagus has just been falling over. But other than that, it's been doing really well. And it's really healthy. They're putting out lots of spears still. But I probably could stake and run some string to just keep them from just, being plopped out like they are. But as soon as the weather turns, and I'm assuming frost is going to kill all of these ferns, I'm going to cut them off at ground level with a machete or something. And then I'm going to lay the fronds down as mulch around it. And yeah, I'm going to continue to expand this part of the bed. It's going to wrap all the way around here. And then I'm probably going to extend it maybe to the compost, which, okay. It gets high, it sinks down. I dug around in it the other day and it was just dry. It was dry. I guess I need to water it more. I would think I had enough green material in there with the grass, when I mow the lawn and putting grass clippings in there, but no, not a bit. There's some ants in there. I think there were some mice the last time I looked, and I've kind of started on the second bay, which I meant to transfer this over to this, but this wasn't decomposed enough. And I need a pitchfork. I was trying to do it with a shovel and that's just no good. So, lessons learned. Other than that, those volunteer tomatoes that are growing by the house are just still growing. I can't wait to pull those. And, yeah, steady as she goes. So waiting on frost. So let me know how your garden's doing. What has been the most prolific? I'm asking a lot of questions here, people. I need to know about grapes. I need to know about, what else did I ask? What has been the most prolific that you're sick of? You've been just eating it constantly and you can't give it away anymore. Yeah, let me know how that's going for you. And I asked about something else, but you know what? I can't even remember at this point. But I hope you all are doing well. I hope you're enjoying your fall. And I will be checking in with you all. Please leave a comment below and let me know how you're doing. Peace and blessings, and we will talk to you next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.